Welcome into Unrivaled, the Penn State football story, Season 6, Episode 2 Rewind, brought to you by Pepsi. Excited to bring you another edition of the Rewind, as this time we welcome in running backs coach Coach Seider. Coach, every year your program names new captains, but in your eyes, what makes up an elite captain at Penn State University?
Well, I think it's a player that not only represents their peers, but also represent the coaches, represent the strength staff, represent the academics, everybody that embodies Penn State football, because when you're a captain, you're the face of the program. People will remember you for the things you did on and off the field here at Penn State, being the captain. So it's a tremendous honor. Those kids wear their badge with pride. They carry a lot of weight in our program.
We named our captains today. It's a pretty special moment. And I wanted us to be able to call the parents and include them in the process and let them hear from not only their sons, but also from me. I'm sitting here with your baby. I just wanted you to know that Cam's been voted captain of our team this year. Don't start crying, because you're going to make me cry.
What do you mean start crying? Do you remember when I first gave you him?
That's right.
And I asked you to just take care of him, and you've done such a wonderful job with him. I thank you so very much.
The amazing story of Jan Johnson continues.
Okay.
He's been voted by his teammates and by the coaches as a captain.
Thank you so much. It's one of those things that open and praying, and I know he can be an awesome leader for that team.
And then also, man, we preach family here, and sometimes people say this and say that, but it really truly is family here, that we interact with our parents. This ain't just a deal where we sign your kid and we have conversation, relationships in the beginning, and then it's cut off over the course of your career. We continue to interact with the families, and what better honor than to call your parents and say, hey, your son is captain.
Hi, I'm just excited because it's good news and the coach is calling me. Yes, it's been a fantastic journey.
Yeah. Hi, Mama.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Oh my gosh, Jonathan, I'm so proud of you.
Did he already let the cat out of the bag and tell you?
You have no idea how much I appreciate everything you guys have done for him. Oh my gosh.
You want me to give him a hug for you right now?
Yes, please. A big bear hug.
It's almost like revealing that moment you had when you signed, that moment we call in and we get everybody on FaceTime to say, hey, welcome to Penn State. But you kind of relive that same action again as a player and parent. So it's truly an honor, man, and it's so special to see Coach Rankin do that with the kids.
Shifting gears a bit towards some other unsung heroes within the program, and that's the grounds crew. So for you guys, how vital is that to your success, both on the practice field and on game day?
Those guys do a tremendous job. It's like we playing on the Masters. We all Tiger Woods out there swiping away at the grass. Man, to see a grass this green.
Preparation for opening day at Beaver Stadium is a year-long process. It really ultimately starts from the conclusion of the last game in the previous year. The grass is no different than the athletes that compete on it. We're training the grass to perform at its best in the fall of the year.
I think the grounds crew doesn't get nearly enough credit. You look at Beaver Stadium, in this part of the country, it can be tricky. We're very appreciative of those guys and what they do for us.
We tear up the field every day, and then the next day we come out, it's perfect conditions. We can't do what we do without what they do.
I tell you, my fondest memory has been to open my window, my door in my office, and look outside and see them guys cutting that grass and putting those white lines on it. It just lets you know that football is around the corner, man. You just smell that fresh grass being cut, man, and how pristine and precise it is and everything they do.
Speaking of football being right around the corner, leading up to a new season, Penn State, Idaho, game 1 of the 2019 season. Now, you lose your number 1 back in Miles Sanders, but you know what you have in your position room. So what was your message to the running backs leading up to the start of a new season?
Well, just play within themselves. Don't try to do no more, no less than what you've been doing, because a lot of times everybody was pressuring, trying to be the guy, trying to follow Miles and trying to put your name on the running back room. So, my job was just trying to teach them to relax, because they always knew. It was the first time for everybody, winning that game. The new starter for the first time. And for me, the most exciting time was to be as deep as we were, that I knew I was going to play 4 guys and trying to manage to get 4 or 5 guys in that game. And there was tremendous honor to be able to do that and watch those guys sacrifice, ego and, an attitude, because it's only one ball. And, man, I tell you what, them guys, they did a great job this year being very unselfish. Each week it was somebody different stepped up throughout the season. So, man, I just love my room, man. I love what they stand for. I mean, they represent Penn State well.
Then kickoff happens, Penn State, Idaho. Finally, the 2019 season opens up, and the first touchdown of the season is Journey Brown, a 23-yard rushing touchdown. How does that set the tone for not only your position room, but the offense as a whole?
Journey Brown through the whole 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Penn State, Journey Brown.
Well, it just gave us tremendous confidence, and it takes that burden off of it. It takes away from you pressing, trying to make a play. Because we kept preaching throughout the week, don't press, let the game come to you. It's the reason why each one of you guys at Penn State, you're the best of the best at your position. That's why you recruited here. We don't recruit average players. You are an elite player, so just let the game happen and just trust it. And then, to watch Journey get that first touchdown, man, I tell you what, we was all excited. It kind of just going. We had a domino effect that game, which was spot on for what we needed going into the season with a young team. We knew at some point we're going to have to rely on this running game to take over, because we were still young throughout the program, especially on offense. So, and those guys kind of just kept growing.
Defensively, you guys shut the door on Idaho to open up the season, but how does the defense help complement and set up the offense?
Well, Coach Pry and his staff over there, there's not a better staff in the country, in my opinion.
Remember, we want our A game right here, right? It's about playing the way we need to play to be the caliber of defense we want to be.
We got better as the year went on, because we felt like we was going against the best defense week in and week out. For us, our practice should be hard, not games, and that's our mentality here. We practice so hard with the game. When you get to Saturday, they become easy for you.
Richardson dragged down, and another sack in the backfield.
And an intercepted by Reed, 25-20. Reed to the 15, to his right, hit from behind inside the 10.
When you go against the D-lineman that we have, the linebacker that we have, the secondary we have, and not only that, the scheme to be able to put those guys in the right positions to be successful. For me, I speak on the running back room. I get to go against LBU every day.
Let's go, let's tag, guys. We get to go against some of the best linebackers in the country every day. But they also get to go against us. Understand that. We won't take a back seat to nobody, so let's get ready to go. We want you first.
Whether it's one-on-one, splits pick up, and we push each other. And if we can compete with those guys, we knew we could compete with anybody that lined up in front of us.
You mentioned the fact that there was multiple people that did score in your running back position room, and Nick Urey was one of those guys. And to see you guys celebrate and the way that you embraced it, why was that so special?
All the sacrifice a kid like Nick put in this program to be able to go help, the offense when we need to be able to go help the defense and run scout team over there for those guys. And to see 3-4 years of hard work and never complain, even when it's tough, get back up, man, and just to see a kid fulfill his dream. He always talking about bucket list to be able to score in Beaver Stadium. How he scores a lot of drills that we talk about throughout the week that we work on, and it applied to the game. And I remember vividly you did a segment on him, and he talked about those drills on point.
Each bag is supposed to represent a lineman, and then the open spots in between are the gaps that they're protecting. What'll happen is the running back will get the ball from the quarterback. We have Mitch being the linebacker. He comes down into a gap.
Huge linebacker.
Yeah, huge linebacker, obviously. And when he's down in this gap, we're trying to reset to seal him in the gap and get us out of it so we can make another cut into the open field.
Did he get in? Yes.
After every single victory this season, you guys celebrated in a new fashion. The disco ball got brought in, the music was turned up, which was a really cool thing to see. But Coach always emphasizes embrace this moment because you're not going to get many of them. Why is that so important to celebrate those moments?
Winning is hard, and sometimes we take that for granted. Whether you win by 1 point, 20 points, 5 points, whatever. And what better feeling than they to win in Beaver Stadium, go in that locker room after the game and celebrate with your brothers. turn the music up. And I think that was special that we did that with the strobe lights and the music. But also the recruits, when they get to walk in there and get to see, man, this is a staff that has fun, man. It ain't just ball. They truly enjoy being around each other because it goes by fast. You blink your eye, you're a freshman. Next thing you know, you're a junior, senior. You're out of this program, and you start missing that camaraderie in that locker room because a lot of times you don't talk about the games. You talk about that locker room, that bond that you had with your brothers and your coaches. So, yeah, that's the stuff that you miss the most.
High production, low maintenance, trust, and do your job. All great mottos within the running back position room. Coach Seider, appreciate you joining us for episode 2, the Rewind edition. We'll hopefully see you back in the Lash Football Complex soon.
Appreciate you, Mitch, man. Always good seeing you, man. Nice haircut.
You as well.
All right, brother.